What an incredible day today is. It's incredible for conservation and for wildlife. It's incredible for partnerships and collaboration. It's incredible for science and helping the public. It's an incredible day for CSU, Fort Collins, Larimer County, Colorado, and the people of the West. So I'd say today broadly symbolizes two big things. Number one, working together we can make a difference, and that many of these collaborations between higher education, between local, state, and federal government and other organizations have been complicated and are rare. So we need to really celebrate when things like this work and are so wonderful. And secondly, new technology and science that helps address world challenges. These are really special things that today really help symbolize. Today we welcome back Yellowstone bison to the prairie. It reminds us what a healthy, balanced ecosystem means and how important healthy ecosystems are to healthy people, healthy animals, and a healthy society. Next, I'd like to welcome up representatives from our tribal nations. First, AJ Not Afraid Jr., Secretary of the Crow Nation, Solomon Little Owl from the Crow Nation, Stanley Pretty Paint from the Crow Nation, and Ernest House Jr., who's the Executive Director for Colorado Commission on Indian Affairs. Please join me.
Thank you all today for inviting the Crow Nation to come to the state of Colorado as well as the campus of CSU. It's an honor to stand here before you to also recognize that what comes before you today is what the Crow call Bajah. Bajah is in our language is the buffalo. The buffalo have not only kept us alive 100+ years, but also clothed us, housed us, gave us tools, gave us medicines. And today, the Crow tribe and its own ownership right now currently has 1,800 head, both cow-calf and bull combined. It was an honor to come down and view the facilities here, because it comes from the heart as the Crow people, knowing that this was our livelihood. This is what sustained the Crow people. Again, there's no other words that can be expressed in English as to the determination of the longevity and conserving the buffalo. It appears that every time, as a U.S. veteran, Marine Corps, in this great nation called the United States, I fought for all of us here. As we unify and understand each other's cultures, customs, family gathering events that we spread among our own families, this is a warm day. This is what a Crow would say, an awalba itchik, meaning it's a good day. It's a good day. And I brought my spiritual advisor / cultural advisor, Stanley Pretty Paint, who is a very powerful man, a very humble man. It was like pulling teeth to bring him along. He's a good man, and I'd like for him to say a few words within my time frame, as well as a song. So at this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Stanley Pretty Paint up to the podium.
Aho, if you bear with me, I speak my language. I wanted to address the people here, my people that speak my language. Age ham niwai sa dog ham salugers, spolachbagers. Die zo je miluk, die zaila ham. Wie stuk galokak, wie likos, age, wie die wahi. This is a whole mouth, be really colicos. Thank you for inviting us again. As my little brother here has stated, we come here to help not only deliver the information, deliver the message that we still live and practice our cultural and traditional ways. And the song that I'm going to sing is a song that belongs to my family, and along with other songs and prayers and what have you, we still practice our ways. And that's what I brought for you today. For those of you that are very instrumental in putting things together like this, I'm very thankful that we're going to be part of it today. So I will sing a song for whatever the event, whatever this song may be to you. That's how you perceive it, and that's what this song is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pretty Paint. In closing, the Crow tribe was looking for different ways of conservation, and again, to help the buffalo sustain its life. As far as the crow is concerned, we see the benefits of, in today's world, as far as nourishing our own people with the meat. As far as economic development is concerned for the Crow people, the Bushe, the buffalo, have taught us all kinds of ways of venturing into not only the market, but again, having the resource benefit our Crow people. So when we come and tour the facility, we were astounded. We were very thankful, only because it was from the heart. We seen how the benefits of the future may be, because these animals roam this country here in Colorado, all the plain states, and they weren't like your typical cattle today where they actually damage your riparian areas. They were also conservationists, and they knew how to move on the plains. And at this time, I thank you. I thank all the sponsors and the folks who invited us, and have a good day. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Solomon Littlewell. We're getting to the portion of part of our culture. Our Crow culture is to give away a few items to the people that made this happen on the scientist side. On behalf of the Crow tribe, we'd like to say thank you for everyone that's here, and also to Colorado State University, the administrators, the students, the alumni, most importantly, the people who have brought a new day for the buffalo. Now, for us, the buffalo mean a lot. We're a buffalo culture. And all the tribes of America at one day were buffalo, part of the buffalo culture. And that day will happen again. And so today, we would like to give our first awardee, Jennifer Barfield. Matt McCollum. Jennifer. Matt McCollum, is he here? Oh, okay, there he is. Justin Shorten. Megan Flinkon. Let's give these people another round of applause. And let's give Secretary of the Code Tribe and Mr. Sandy Pretty another round of applause as well.
Technically, that represents the buffalo robe, as in modern day we've become accustomed to the new social types of blankets. And so in the 1800s, that would have been the buffalo robe. Thank you very much.
Hello, Mike Duvandoyak. My name is Ernest House Jr. I have the honor of being the Executive Director for the Colorado Commission of Indian Affairs for the state of Colorado and the Lieutenant Governor's Office, and also for the Governor's Office. Our agency for the last 37 years has worked on a government-to-government basis with over 50 different tribes that once called Colorado home. I'm honored to be a member of the Ute Mountain Ute tribe, representing the Ute people from southwestern Colorado, born and raised in Cortez. And it's such a big honor to be with you today. What you just saw before you, this display of collaboration, communication, partnership, is something that I think that we all look at these animals behind me, and will be an hour away in this area, as an ongoing significant icon, a symbol, something that numerous American Indians and tribal nations that once roamed this great state have in their history, in their culture, and share spiritually, and now have a connection to us today, not just through Colorado State University, but also through the city and the county and the different federal and local partners that we have here today. So again, thank you for that opportunity. You know, I was learning about this opportunity and this invitation to come up here to speak, and I jumped at the chance because as Ute people, as one of the different tribes, one of the 50 different tribes that roam this area, we also at one time hunted buffalo. We weren't as dependent as some of the Plains tribes were. We're more of mountain people. And I think as the foothills here, and the extension of the invitation for the Utes to be here, we also say that one of the continuous residents, oldest residents of the state of Colorado, it's an honor to be in the presence and be as a part of this with my Crow brothers and sisters and the other tribal nations that we have in the audience. And I think one of the biggest things that the buffalo continue to be a symbol of is this connection as a messenger from the Creator, as was just talked about with the Crow people. Same thing goes with our Ute tradition and culture as well. This animal is revered and it's praised. It would bring life, and it got us to tomorrow. And I think that this connection that we have today with the younger generation, this opportunity that we have with a partnership and collaboration in the future, is going to help us in generations that we never thought was possible. Somebody, I think, made a statement about this over the last 48 hours, that these animals, this pure herd, might be the first in 150 years that has stepped back on this land. And for us in this community, yes, please. And for us Native Americans, especially the tribes that lived a very similar path to buffalo, to bison, a lot of tribes were removed forcibly from the state of Colorado. By recognizing the history of the different tribal nations, recognizing the history and bringing these animals, these majestic animals, back to this community, it fills, I think, a void in a lot of Native American culture as well, to seeing these animals come back to this land, to this territory. And I couldn't think of a better location than Soapstone, a site already very significant in ancestral ties to this land, ties to Native American culture. And it's with that, and it's with that in my mind that I'm today is a good day. I feel good, and I know that our ancestors feel good for what's going on today. And so I just want to again thank all the partners, thank CSU, thank the city, the community, and of course the federal agencies that helped this go on, but then also thank those professors and the opportunity that higher education has, because what this will do will open up a partnership, open up an opportunity for a Native American student growing up on the reservation today to learn about how to use this knowledge, how to utilize and gain this opportunity and take it back to our communities so it can benefit also our Native American people back home. So with that, I just want to say thank you again for the opportunity to come on behalf of Lieutenant Governor, the Ute Mountain Ute Tribe, the Colorado Commission of Indian Affairs, and those various tribes that once called this area home, the Hoyak. Thank you for letting me be here today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lou Gator. I am one of the Larimer County Commissioners. Take a look behind me. Aren't these bison fantastic? Some of them are hiding behind the sign, but I think it's incredible listening to what the Native Americans, the history and the culture, and being able to return that back to them and back to all of us. I think it's just fantastic. I'd like to acknowledge my two fellow commissioners. I know Steve Johnson is here. Steve, stand up, wave your hand. And then I think Tom Donnelly, I know he was planning on being here. I haven't seen him yet, but Tom, if you're out there, wave your hand. And if you're not, if you see Tom later, give him a hard time, tell him we said hi. One of the things that we want to talk about in just celebration of what we're doing here is there is a new parks pass for Red Mountain, well, really for all of our Larimer County parks. You know, the importance of partnerships is one of the key things in Larimer County. We really value our partnerships, and we're going to talk about a few of them. But with regards to this project, I think the first, and really it's even bigger than this project, the first and most important partner we have is you, the voters. And I want to reach out and thank you, because without your support of our open space programs, both in the past and going forward, none of this would have even been possible or even comprehensible. Without these programs, there would be nowhere to go. There would be no resources to pull this off. There would be no Red Mountain open space. There would be no Soapstone open space. So give yourselves a big hand. You know, thank you to your ongoing foresight with the tax that just passed and a landmark victory. We'll be able to consider these kinds of projects well into the future, so I'm really excited. The U.S. Department of Agriculture Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service hosting us here at their facility today, and then providing the bison disease management. As Mark pointed out earlier, there's some landmark stuff, landmark research going on, and I think it's really exciting to see how they've been able to bring this species back and going forward in the future. We have the Larimer County Natural Resources Department. They provided the Red Mountain open space and project funding and capacity. Speaking of some partnerships coming up, the CSU College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Science, they provided that groundbreaking assisted reproductive technology that we talked about earlier. And then the City of Fort Collins Natural Areas Department provided the Soapstone Prairie Natural Area. They had project funding and management. Together, our partners helped us solve this three of the key challenges to bison preservation: habitat, disease, and genetics. I think these things have been phenomenal. And I mentioned earlier a partnership with Colorado State University and a partnership with the City of Fort Collins, and it's my honor to welcome Mayor Traxel for the City of Fort Collins and also a CSU professor. Welcome, Wade.
Thanks, Lou, and thanks everyone for being here today. I want to extend a special welcome to our tribal nation leaders here today. Thank you for being here and making this such a special event. It's a beautiful day here in Fort Collins, a beautiful day to celebrate the National Bison Day. As mayor of the city of Fort Collins, I'm particularly proud of how this project brings together several of the things that makes Fort Collins a great place. Our natural areas and our wildlife, Colorado State University, and our federal partners like the USDA. Thank you all for working together. On behalf of City Council members, I know Ross Kniff is here and Kristen Stevens is here, and former Council member Kelly Olson is here, and city staff, city manager Darren Atterbury, and John Stokes for our natural area, and the many people that work in dedication of our natural areas. This has been a great project. I'd also like to thank our project partners, and most of all, I'd like to thank you. Thank you as voters, and thank you as the citizens. This is, as was stated, this is a new day for our buffalo, for our bison. And because of community members and the open space and natural areas taxes that are key to bringing back the bison to northern Colorado, you made the Fort Collins Soapstone natural area a reality and the Red Mountain open space reality possible by voting in support of these natural areas and support of the sales taxes to do so. The last ballot measure supported open space passed by more than 80%. That is amazing. Thank you all for that. The support of this community, we are an innovation community, and that innovation community is built on partnerships allows us to do truly cutting-edge work, such as reintroducing species to our natural areas. Last year we reintroduced the endangered species of the black-footed ferrets to the Soapstone Prairie, and this year the bison are taking their place as a key part of the ecosystem after being absent since the 1880s. Isn't that terrific? With all the challenging news that we have about the environment these days, this is a positive story of our community making a real difference in conservation. Thank you very much. Now I'd like you to hear from the project team. These are folks that have been working for years to make this day a reality, and thank you for your efforts. I'd like to introduce Dr. Jennifer Barfield from the Colorado State University's College of Veterinary Medicine Biomedical Sciences. She has led the assisted reproductive technology aspect of the Larimer Foothills Bison Conservation Herd. Jennifer, please come forward.
Thank you very much, everyone, for coming today. I cannot express to you how excited I am to be here and how excited I am that you're here to share this day with us. So, as Mayor Troxel mentioned, I have led the team that does the reproductive biology for this project, and I'm very excited to introduce you to the bison that will be reintroduced today. So for those of you who are going up to Soapstone, you're going to meet 10 of our animals. We have 7 adult females and 2 yearling females, and then we have a 5-month-old calf. And we've been taking care of these animals together in partnership with the USDA for some time now, and today is just a dream being realized to see them go back out onto the prairie. I'd also like to introduce you to the bison you see behind me. So these animals are a part of our surrogate herd. So they will not go out to the prairie, but they do serve as our resident mothers. And about a month or so ago, we put embryos into about 11 of those, so we have some potentially pregnant bison behind us. And while the females, the mothers, do not have Yellowstone genetics, the babies within them do, and they will be the next generation of the Laramie Foothills Bison Conservation Herd. We're excited about that too. And so of the bison that you'll meet today up on the prairie, we do have some potentially pregnant females there, so we're looking for calves on the ground in Soapstone next year. So definitely go back and visit them and see them kind of out there on the prairie. It's going to be a beautiful sight. I just want to take a moment to thank some of the folks who've been involved from our perspective in the reproductive side. And first, I would like to thank of course, the students and the faculty and the staff at the Animal Reproduction and Biotechnology Lab, which is part of the College of Veterinary Medicine and Biomedical Sciences. Zella Brink, she has worked with us, and Dr. Greg Ferrand. Those two have been instrumental in getting the bison pregnant. I won't tell you how they did it, but they are here today. They are here today. Zell was working at the booth, and Dr. Greg Ferrand is around here as well. So if you'd like to know the details of how they were intimately involved in that process, I think you should ask them. They'd probably love to tell you the stories. Yes, and all of the students who have volunteered from my lab from this year and last year, while we are excited about the progress that we make with the science, it's a teaching endeavor, and I hope they've learned a lot, and they are just as passionate about this project as I am. So they're walking around in the tan shirts and around our booth. So definitely greet them, ask them about it too. Put them on the spot, test them a little bit. They should be able to answer your questions. I would really like to thank the One Health Initiative at Colorado State University. They have provided significant funding for the research components of this project, which not only involve the reproductive side, but some of the ecological research being conducted by our colleagues in the Warner College, and the social science side that's being conducted by our colleagues at the Denver Zoo. So I really want to acknowledge that new initiative and thank them for that support. The Defenders of Wildlife have also given a significant contribution to the fencing that you'll see up on site for the bison, so I want to thank them and acknowledge them for that. And the Denver Zoo, who, in addition to being on the research side with us, they've also supported us financially, and so I want to thank them for that. We do have some of our bison that are in our surrogate herd have been donated to us. So I would like to thank the Six Flags Great Adventure and Wild Safari Park in New Jersey, and actually the Cape May County Park Zoo, also in New Jersey. I don't know why we have these, Jersey bison coming in, but we're thankful for them. And yes. And they're proving to be good mothers, so that's really what's important. And so with that, I would like to thank some of the other partners, but I'm going to actually leave that to Dr. Jack Ryan. He has led the partnership on the USDA APHIS side, and they're really a critical component to this effort. And so I'm going to let Jack come up and talk a little bit more about their involvement and about the history of the bison.
Thank you. This is a good day. This is a good day to turn some buffalo loose on the prairie. So I want to give credit to a few folks. These are the folks that work with the bison every day for over a decade. They know them by name, they know their personalities, and they don't get much acclaim, these folks. So Carl Held is our animal health technician who has fed them and scooped up those proverbial bison chips, buffalo chips, for over a decade. He probably knows these animals the best. And second is our attending veterinarian, Dr. Pauline Knoll. Pauline's here with her two daughters today, and she has taken care of these animals when they're sick and treated their wounds and brought them down to us today. And thirdly, Matt McCullum, who really has taken the lead on our side in coordinating with our collaborators, our partners in this adventure today. So I was thinking a couple of days ago, what if these animals could talk? And then I thought, well, actually they do talk a little, but we don't understand bison speak, right? So if we could understand these animals, and if they pass down stories from cow to calf for many generations, they could tell us a fantastic story. I think first they'd tell us of their centuries-long relationship, very special relationship with Native Americans. And second, I think they'd tell us how even when the Europeans came, they ranged almost from coast to coast, and certainly from Alaska to Mexico. They almost owned the whole continent. Their numbers were tens of millions, maybe 60 million animals at one time. And then they'd tell us about the hide hunt in the 1800s, the hide hunt that reduced them from tens of millions to probably 600 animals in the early 1890s. But along with that, they tell us about a few individuals and families, often a husband-wife team, and a very interesting collection of folks. These were Native Americans and Indian fighters, buffalo hunters and ranchers, and even a veterinarian who decided to independently to rescue the buffalo, they said. And they started with a small herd of a few animals and grew the herd. And it's through the 5 foundation herds that really all of our genetics today pass through those herds. And then they tell us about the conservation movement and how the bison led the way in conservation of large mammals in North America. Prior to the bison, there was no conservation mindset in the American public. But when they were almost exterminated, a few key media pieces hit the public, and the public rose up and they got Congress to do something about it, to strengthen laws and to put in a conservation mindset in our nation. They tell us about Yellowstone, where they were reduced to maybe 25 animals in 1902, and then Congress bought a herd from these foundation herds and introduced that herd that eventually mixed with the wild bison, giving Yellowstone a great diversity of genetics from across North America. And it's a great herd to restore other herds from, except for that pesky cattle disease brucellosis that was brought in and infects those bison in Yellowstone, being very problematic then to use them for restoration purposes. And finally, this little group of animals would tell us about their grandmothers who came out of the park in 1997 in a bad winter and not enough to eat. And some of those animals were sent to Idaho on a research permit where they did research on a vaccine, a safety study for a vaccine. And the offspring of those animals then were maintained in Idaho, and in 2004 were brought here. And it's from those animals then that we are introducing this herd. Finally, the bison would tell us about this great collaboration that started with the city, the county, USDA, and especially CSU to put legs to this idea of reintroducing buffalo on the landscape. So I think it's just excellent that we are engaging in this great conservation story today. It's almost kind of a full circle deal. Started with the bison, and we're bringing it around and we're putting them back out on public land. So I'm grateful to be here. Thank you all for coming.
I just wanted to share with you one thing that I've just been told, and that's that the Crow Nation will be donating 4 bison to join our surrogate herd next year and to help expand that herd. So thank you. Thank you to them for that.
All right, good morning. I'm Megan Flanagan with Larimer County Natural Resources and Justin Charton with the City of Fort Collins Natural Areas. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about the Laramie Foothills Mountains to Plains project, which Red Mountain Open Space and Soapstone Prairie Natural Area are part of. And this landscape is one that was a priority for us to conserve, and we were able to purchase both the properties in around 2004. And in combination with state land, U.S. Forest Service land, and a number of conservation easements that are privately held, there's nearly 200,000 acres protected in that Prairies to Montane corridor. Yeah, it's exciting. We were able to do that in partnership not only between the city and the county and our other agency partners, but the Nature Conservancy, Legacy Land Trust, willing landowners that sold us their lands, and Great Outdoors Colorado with a lot of funding from them. Our management goals on these properties have really focused on habitat protection as one of the primary goals. From the ferrets that Wade described the city reintroducing last year to some rare plains fish, and now I think we can say this is the big one, no pun intended, the American bison. Particularly for us, being a part of providing individual bison with these Yellowstone genetics to other conservation herds is really humbling. And I think that's what really put us over the top when we met Jen and Jack and Matt and said, okay, this is it. This is what matters. Wildlife, bison, they don't care who owns what. They don't care management boundaries, who owns what properties. And the city and the county, we've tried to do that at Soapstone and Red Mountain as well. If you've been up and hiked the trails, over 35 miles of trails that cross between our properties, you've probably never passed through a fence line because there's very few fences that separate us. And in fact, one of the last fences that does separate our boundaries was the one that we took out earlier this summer to create this combined bison pasture. And so we hope to continue to take this view of the bison and look beyond our boundaries and continue to do this type of work into the future. Thank you.
Is anybody ready to see some bison out on the prairie?
Yes!
That was an easy applause there. You'll also be happy to know I'm the last speaker. So I'm Justin Sharton. Another round of applause here. Thank you. I'm Justin Sharton, environmental planner with the City of Fort Collins Natural Areas Department. And I think, I can't really say anything additional that other folks haven't said more eloquently than I could. I guess what I would say is this is a true collaboration story. I've had a unique perspective with handling some of the project management of this project to see it from a lot of different angles, and this has not been a hard project to sell to anyone, as you might imagine. You pitch it, and they say, "Oh, bison, yeah, let's make it happen," whatever that is. And so I think it's such a cool story that bison transcend cultural divides, political boundaries. We all love bison for the reasons that we all do, and so it's an American icon. So we're excited to be able to reintroduce that to a small portion of the shortgrass prairie today. Just a couple of thank yous. I wanted to thank the tribal delegates that came a long way. Thank you very much. It's an honor for you to be here for us. So thank you so much. And we'll be hearing from them again at the Soapstone and Red Mountain portion of the event. Secondly, anyone that's been involved with this on the project team, I just wanted to say thank you sincerely. It's been a long haul. This has been a number of years that this project has been moving forward, and it's taken a lot of interesting turns and twists, but we've kept it moving. And so thank you to everyone who's been involved with this in any particular or any capacity, really. And especially to you all. The public support for this project and for our programs in general has been outstanding. So thank you to the voters, thank you to the public that continues to use our properties and to enjoy the great outdoors that we have in Fort Collins and Larimer County, and especially for supporting this project today.